Turkish, what can I say? It turned out to be a bit of a horror show today. First off, not bad. You know what I mean? Quite a lot of attempts, although we can't see a goal. But in the second half, when we were all sort of thinking, right, Arsenal now going to step it up to another level, we seem to just we did nothing. It was really disappointing.
Yeah, at the time, it looks like a good first half. But when you see how Leicester changed it up, and essentially they was waiting for the time to bring Vardy on and really go for it. Their game plan worked. Ours, I'm not really sure what the game plan was, but it didn't work, whatever it was. You know, and it's so frustrating, Rob, because we're at a time now when we can't do nothing about this squad. You know, the transfer window's done and gone now, you know, and that's where the issue lies. It lies in the business we failed to do this summer. You know, we lacked creativity. They highlighted that by attempting to go for a war all summer. And then all of a sudden you abandon it and then you go for the DM that we still needed anyway on top of the creativity. And all of a sudden everyone's gassed, everyone's hyped. But look, it can quickly be deflated. You know, one man won't change this thing, Rob. You look at some of the players making the mistakes in our losses this season, and they're players that was here from the Wenger era. And you think the change hasn't been quick enough. The transition hasn't been quick enough. We're not even playing the formation, in my opinion, that Arteta really should or wants to play. Today, it looked like on paper we was going to push it out a bit and maybe do the 4-3-3, but that three in the middle was so flat. They was together, shoulder to shoulder, rather than anyone taking the impetus in the attacking front. You know, if you play a three in the middle, I want to see Saka or at least Willian at the spearhead of that three, because they are players that are going to get in and around the box. They are players that are going to draw attention on the attacking front. You know, Partey, Xhaka, Ceballos, you need to pick two of them, and one of them has to be Partey. You know, but at the end of the day, we can talk about Arteta, Rob, but it's not Arteta. Like it wasn't Unai Emery. Like it wasn't Arsene Wenger. It wasn't any of these managers. It is from above, and it's rotten. You know, at the end of the day, it's another transfer window where we failed to add what we know we needed. Yes, we've done some business in Gabriel and Partey, and yes, that goes a long way in addressing the spine. But if you don't fix other areas, then the deflation can set you back. It could be one step forward, two steps back. And essentially, that's what we've been doing in the last 2 years at the club.
It was a mistake by, again, like you said, a player. Well, not just one player, but Mustafi seems to have taken the brunt of the stuff from the fans. And again, sort of a player that's been here for quite a long time. Do you think until we move those sort of players on, which probably ain't going to be toward the end of next season, that things just ain't going to improve?
It's not, Rob. It's not. Let's look at the team. Mustafi's one of them. Bellerin's another one of them. Xhaka's another one. Lacazette's another one. All of these players are from 3-4 years ago. These are the players that let us down 3-4 years ago. They let us down to the point where we had enough of Arsene Wenger. You know, Arsene Wenger put full faith in all of them players I just said, and they let him down. Like they've let Emery down, like they're letting Arteta down. And until we get rid of them, until we move on wholesale, not just one or two every summer, we need to move on wholesale. And this summer's coming, it's a big one because contracts do end. Mustafi, Socrates, Luiz, Mesut Ozil, big contracts are ending. But will we do the business? Am I confident? I'm not confident. But again, it's a massive summer ahead. And why am I talking about the summer ahead? That's what's so frustrating, Rob. I want to focus on this season, but it's been so slow and lethargic in transition yet again. Doesn't this remind you of Unai Emery, Rob? Doesn't this remind you of how it happened? Unai Emery comes in, there's a bit of gusto, there's a bit of transition. It looks like you're going in the right direction. We had a little unbeaten run. We wasn't playing the best of football, but we was winning. And then it started unraveling. In my opinion, that is what's happening now in terms of unraveling. Every team knows we lack creativity, so they attack us. They press from the front. They know in reality we are going to struggle to get past them. And if we do, it's going to be a perfect goal, like we've seen over the last few weeks and months. We can do it, but we can't do it consistently enough to cause enough damage. So teams know this and they've figured it out. And can Arteta now mold this team to do something different? He hasn't got the personnel, Rob. Let's talk about Willian. One good game against Fulham so far this season. Does he need time to bed in as well? Or has this guy not played in the league for 7 years? What did I tell people? Willian, Partey, big signing. but you don't add what he needs next to him, he's not going to look as good either. And you've seen that today, and you'll see that again in points this season. But you'll also see positive performances, and you'll see glimmers of hope. But it's only glimmers, Rob. If we don't really press on in the transfer window and get rid of all these players we talked about that have let Wenger down, that let Emery down, and that are now letting Arteta down, are you confident that we're going to move on? In all honesty, what do you think now, Rob? Because I've always been critical of the team in the past few weeks and months. Even after the Community Shield win, I was a lot more balanced, saying, look at the bigger picture. We haven't done enough. But how do you feel now when you maybe had a bit more hope and optimism? What did that game do for you?
Today, I mean, I thought it was, again, it's the lack of creativity that worries me. I really do look at it and I just say, I just can't believe that we just don't create. We seem to be okay when we're playing in that system where we've got the three at the back and we're not, maybe, you know, we don't create much, but that's all right in away games. But in these games where we're expected to be on the front foot, it's worrying me how little creativity we have. And
yeah, because...
But I also do feel that there's some players that have to step up now. Guys like Pepe, I want to see more from him now. I mean, I know it's difficult for him because he's coming on. There's not a lot of creativity into him. But I want to see more for him. I want to see Aubameyang down the middle. I don't know. I just feel that there's going to have to be some fundamental changes in the system if we're to start getting the best out of certain players.
Definitely. And there's got to be fundamental changes, not only to the system, but to the squad. And if you don't do them fundamental changes to the squad, the system doesn't necessarily matter. We saw Emery squeeze the best out of a rotten lemon, let's say. And then that rotten lemon got passed to Arteta. And he's managed to squeeze a bit more juice out of it. But in all honesty, we can all, because I can say that I want Ober up top. I want Saka on the left mid and I want Pepe on the right wing. That's the front three I want. But can I say with my chest that that's going to potentially put us on the right path? I can't, because there's still players in the squad behind them that have let down so many managers and let us down so many times. How can I have the confidence to think a few systematic changes in the team and the tactics will really bear fruit? I don't believe that. I don't have faith in these players, and it's up to them to change that. And they haven't changed that once in the last 3-4 years, some of them. So I'm tired of it, Rob.
All right, Turkish, thanks, bro.
No worries, Rob, man. Take care, man.
Masks. These are the new normal. All you want to do is get yourself an Arsenal-inspired mask. And also, these masks are comfortable. Best ones I've worn, and they actually do the job. If you want to get one, the link is in the description right now. Go to maskfc.com and get 10% off.